Welcome back to another episode of Dime Time with Don. So we're just gonna get right into it here. I haven't really recorded in a little bit here, but I really wanted to make this video mainly because I've been hammering this on my Twitter/X. You could call it. You can look for it. It's called Dime Time with Don, or Dime Time Don. Follow me on X/Twitter. But I have been hammering this home, and I can't stress this enough. Okay. The more I look at it, it just makes sense. But you can call me crazy, you can call me insane, but honestly, I look at it and I think to myself, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be one of those like few guys who post this on YouTube before anybody else like realizes it. But the Clippers are a dark horse, dude. Okay, nobody's seeing it. But after the Warriors game, I didn't even see it. After that Warriors game, though, where they took down the Warriors, and basically, in my opinion, they solidified themselves as championship contenders after that game. And I can't find the words for it. You just have to watch the Clippers play. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, when they have a healthy lineup, and this was a crazy statistic that I saw the other day on X/Twitter, which you can find my X or Twitter at Dime Time Don, by the way. I saw this crazy statistic that when they have the full lineup, okay, the main four, that main four being Norman Powell, Zubac, or Zubac, I don't know how you pronounce it, James Harden, and Kawhi, when they have that main four out there on the floor, they are 21 and 7, I believe. They are 21 and 7, okay. Or they might be 21 and 5. I can't remember. But either which way, they only have a couple of losses when they have those four guys in playing. And I want to hammer this home as well. Zubac or Zubac, however you pronounce it, he has taken up this role and improved so much over the season. Okay, you look at the second half of the season as compared to the first half of the season, the numbers that he's doing is just insane. We're talking like top 5 rebounders in the league right now. We're talking, if you look over his last 25 games, we're talking he hasn't scored anything under 14 points. I don't think he's scored anything under 14 points in his past 25 games. And it was stepping into that bigger role and kind of filling the shoes of, a Kawhi Leonard that's always kind of, sitting out because he's, we all know Kawhi is, made of glass. He's like Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, except maybe a tad bit worse. But I mean, he can't help it, At least he has a reason. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, he'll just collapse for no reason. But Kawhi, after his ACL injury, everything with that, it makes sense. But going into this postseason, this is the healthiest we've ever seen Kawhi, and I think that if the team and the management and the coaches are able to manage Kawhi's playing time efficiently, I can see the Clippers definitely winning the championship. And if he's in the lineup, at least I'd say 90% of the time, if he's in the lineup, he's not sitting out game after game, or playing every other game or something like that, I can see them 100% winning the Western Conference championship. I just can. I can't see them losing to the Nuggets in this upcoming series, especially with Jokic just carrying that team. Jamal is just inconsistent. Michael Porter Jr., as we know, is probably going to be trying to defend Kawhi Leonard, and we know how that's going to go. They're going to realize that after game one that's not going to work. And then who else? Aaron Gordon, who scores like 5 points one game and then scores 25 points the next. And you just never know with Aaron Gordon. So, yeah, it's going to be Jokic versus the Clippers. And Jokic versus, let me count. Do I have enough? Let me. James Harden, Zubac, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, Ryan Dunn. I'm just trying to think of off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a Clippers fan, nor do I know the players of the Clippers that well, other than James Harden and Kawhi, and Norman Powell maybe a little bit. I don't know very much about the Clippers. Nor am I a Clippers fan, but I just look at it. I'm just like, I'm trying to search for dark horses because I don't want to be one of those guys who just, the Lakers are gonna win because I'm a fan of them, or the Cavs are gonna win. They have a great they're having a great season. OKC has the best record, so they're probably gonna win. Celtics won it last year and they have a really good record too. They're number 2 seed, so they're probably gonna. I don't want to be one of those guys. Because the Celtics have lost to like Toronto like 2 out of 3 times or something like that. The Raptors, they lost to the Raptors. They've lost to the Celtics. The Cavs have been blown out by OKC multiple times. OKC's been fucked up by the Timberwolves. That remember that one time when OKC got fucked up by the Timberwolves? Not too long ago, OKC got blown out by the Lakers. Like, all these teams, they have such a young roster, besides for the Lakers, and I'm gonna get to the Lakers in a minute, but they have such a young rosters. Rockets, I can't see going very far. The only real teams I can see taking the ring is the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Golden State Warriors, and all of them are plus 1,000 or more. And we're gonna get to the Lakers here in a second, but I think for this episode of Dime Time, with Don, I really just want to hammer home this fact that I think that the Clippers are going to win the championship. I think they are going to win the championship. I mean, you talk about a defense. You're talking about the second best defense in the league. First off, you're talking about they're going home with, I think in the second half, like post the All-Star break, they're going home with the best net rating. You're talking about James Harden, Kawhi Leonard playing their ass off. Okay, we're looking at like James Harden is playing like prime Houston Rockets James Harden right now. You're talking about Kawhi Leonard. He's playing like prime Kawhi Leonard right now, and he's at the end of his prime, but he's playing like 2018, 2017 Kawhi Leonard right now. You're talking about a Zubac. This is a guy who nobody really knows. I didn't know, but now I do know him, especially post All-Star break, because he's just been on a tear. You're talking about Chris Dunn, and I think I said Ryan Dunn last time. I don't know who the guy is. I don't know who he is. I think Ryan Dunn's like with the Suns or something like that. And I get them kind of confused. I don't even know if they're brothers or not. But you're talking about Chris Dunn, who obviously, like, I've watched a couple of these games now, and I'm just been like, dude, this dude knows how to defend. He's a really good defender, and low key kind of a pretty good backup point guard too, who can really facilitate the offense. This team, they are heavily underrated right now. If you go onto DraftKings, Bet365, FanDuel, the Clippers to win to win it all, to win the ring, to win the chip, right now they are sitting at plus 2,500. And I actually caught this, and you could see this on my Twitter too. I actually caught this line at plus 4,000, which I didn't bet on it, unfortunately, but I did see that the line moved from plus 4,000 to plus 3,500 to plus 3,000, and that's when I was convinced. I'm like, okay, so a lot of the sharp bettors are starting to put a lot of money on the Clippers to win. Obviously, nobody wants you to fucking know that the Clippers are going to win, but all the sharp bettors are doing it right now. I can tell you that much right now. The sharp bettors are betting on the Clippers. It would not go from plus 4,000 all the way down to plus 2,500 within 4 or 5 days if the sharp bettors weren't looking at that line and going like, oh my gosh, like the Clippers are having a fucking, they just ended the season on like an 8-0 run. Like, why the fuck are they at plus 4,000? Vegas is starting to see it, but it's still at a pretty damn good line. I mean, plus 2,500. That is something I would bet. That is something I would suggest anyone bet on right now. I would say their chances of winning the ring are just as good as the Lakers, if not better than the Lakers right now. And the Lakers are sitting, I believe, at like plus 1,000 or something like that. Right now, heavily favored. Obviously, OKC. OKC is not winning. Fucking spoiler alert, OKC is not going to win the championship. Do not waste your money betting plus 165 just because they're not the number one seed, okay? Their team is too young. They rely way too heavily on fucking Shai Alexander. Everybody's betting on them. All the casual bettors are betting on them. Don't be with 90% of the crowd here and bet on OKC. 90% of people are. They see that they're the best. They see their record and they're like, oh, OKC is gonna win. Obviously, no, it's not gonna happen. Their team's too young. Nobody else on that team is stepping up besides for Shai. Their team is cooked. Okay, and I know I'm kind of going on a ramble here. But I really wanted to hammer home that fact. OKC is not going to win the championship. Take anybody other than OKC. Take the Celtics. Take the fucking Atlanta Hawks over OKC. I would say the Hawks right now, and they're not even fucking in the playoffs yet, if they even make it. I would say Atlanta Hawks have a better chance of winning the championship than OKC does. And I mean that. I think OKC is going to get sent away in the second round. I don't think they're making it past the second round. I think they're going to blow out whoever comes to the first round, and then they're going to get to the second round, and then they're going to realize, like, oh, shit, and then it's going to be Shai trying to hold up that team, and they're going to get fucked, okay? And they're going to get fucked right in their ass. So don't bet on OKC. Take anybody else but OKC. But back to the point I'm making. I think the Clippers are going to win the chip this year, and I mean, I can sit here and I can talk like an NBA analyst, but I just have it's not just a very strong feeling of, you know, I don't mean to be that guy like 2 months from now, when, you know, the playoffs are over and everything like that, for you to come to this video and be like, hey, holy shit, like, you predicted the future. Like, I'm not trying to predict the future right now. I'm just telling you straight up what I think. And I could be thinking very, very wrong things here. I'm not a huge, like, I've been watching NBA for the past, 7-8 months now. I'm not a huge, like, I know everything. I knew a little bit before I started watching it. But I can tell you, just watching the Clippers past couple games, and then their past game this past Sunday, I believe it was, against the Warriors, I just cannot see the game going to anyone. I just can't see anyone else really winning the championship. I just can't see it. I mean, we're talking about they just have the guts. You see Harden out there. He wants to win. Okay, he doesn't talk a whole lot. I watched some video on Twitter of them walking back to the locker room after that Warriors game. By the way, they just all seem locked the fuck in, and it seems scary. And it seems scary. And that was the moment where I looked and I pulled up the odds and I saw plus 4,000 to win. And I was like, what the actual fuck are these odds? The odds make no sense. They make no sense. plus 2,500 right now. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me at all. They basically have, they are technically the fifth seed, but they have the same record as the Lakers. They should be plus 1,500, plus 1,000 to plus 1,500. Plus 2,500. You're talking about a 3 to 4% chance of winning it all. I think their odds are a lot higher than that, and I think everybody's going to wake up and see that fact after this series with the Nuggets. I got the Clippers in 6. I think the Nuggets are going to take home 2, but I do think that game 1 is going to look ugly for the Nuggets. I think they're going to get their asses beaten and kicked, and I just wanted to put that out there. In case you haven't made a bet for who you think is going to win the championship yet, I would place it all on the Clippers. Not all, maybe like $15 to $20, something like that, and then hedge it with maybe a Cavs win instead. You're looking at like plus 650. I think realistically, if we're talking about like my top 4 picks of who I think is going to win, to come out and win, after watching this season very, very closely, I would say you're looking at the Clippers first. You're looking at the Celtics and the Cavs kind of tied for second, and then you're looking at the LA Lakers third, and then Golden State and OKC for fourth and fifth. And I know it was a joke, okay? I don't actually see the Hawks with more of a chance than OKC. OKC has a chance, of course. They're not the most bet on for a reason, but in my own personal opinion, I just don't think, I really, really do not think OKC is going to take it home. But we'll see. We'll see. If you tuned in all the way, thanks for hearing me ramble. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a Dime Time with Don episode, or if I'm just going to title this something like why I think OKC will win. Or not OKC. The Clippers will win. But, I just wanted to come on here and rant a little bit, and maybe get like a little I told you so video in, before the playoff season starts, So yeah, if you're coming to this video after the Clippers win, I told you so. And subscribe too while you're here. Sorry. I just ate. I told you so. And yeah, I think that's about it.